Hi there, welcome back to the Cordless Vacuum Guide, and this video will be all about auto-empty robot vacuums. I've spent the past few weeks testing different self-emptying robots from various brands to see which option is best in 4 different categories, namely, best in cleaning performance overall, best for carpet, best value for money, and best hybrid option for vacuuming and mopping. Please note that I'm basing this list on the models I've tested. These include the Roomba S9 Plus, i6 Plus, i3 Plus, Dreame Z10 Pro, Ecovacs N8 Pro Plus, Ultenic T10, Yeedi Vac Station, and the Shark IQ XL. So I cannot speak for the other brands or models not in this list. I understand that popular brands recently unveiled their latest products, namely the Ecovacs T9 Plus and the Roomba J7 Plus with upgraded obstacle avoidance systems. I'll cover those in a separate video if time permits. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's get into it. Before I go to the list, this would be a great time to share the different auto-empty dock systems. There are 2 main types, the ramp-style dock, where the robot sits on a ramp, and a vertical dock without any ramp. A ramp-style dock offers better stability since the ports are on the ramp, so there are no alignment issues to worry about, unlike in vertical docks. For instance, Ultenic says you cannot use their self-emptying dock on carpet because the ports may not line up correctly. Shark IQ users will have to buy the Shark Mat accessory to use the Shark auto-empty dock on carpet. There are no such issues with the ramp-style dock since the ramp provides that stability, taking out any alignment concerns. One issue with these docks is its sheer size. The added bulk makes it more challenging to move around in different levels. Another variation is the port placement and size. Most will use a single port, but some models have 2, like Ecovacs and the Yeedi Vac Station. Vertical docks will usually have the same sized ports located in front of the base station. These ports also play a role in how well the auto-empty dock empties the robot's dustbin. I've tested how well these variants empty the dustbin with different debris types. The Roborock S7 was the best at emptying hair and debris sticking on the filter with a port placement close to the dustbin. I'm guessing this was by necessity since there's no place behind a brush roll with a massive mopping module. The Ecovacs N8 Pro Plus also did well with hair and a bin full of Quaker oats with the 2 bottom ports. Other variants did well at emptying debris, but none was as good as Roborock at clearing dirt on the filter since the wide auto-empty port is close to it. In comparison, other brands have smaller ports with greater distance from the filter. Dreame was the worst because the second port blows in too much air, causing debris to spill over towards the inlet. Realize that the auto-empty dock will not totally empty the dustbin, so it's not a maintenance-free system. Depending on the container design, debris will accumulate on crevices and will need periodic cleaning. Auto-empty capacity will also vary. The Ultenic T10 and Dreame Z10 Pro have the largest claimed bag volume at 4 liters, followed by the Roborock S7 at 3 liters. The Shark IQ has the smallest capacity at around 1.8 liters, and it's the only option with a bagless system, while all the other brands use a bag system. It also has the most compact dock that comes with a handle, so it's the easiest to move around. Unfortunately, the Shark Clean app can only save 1 map at the time of this recording. All auto-empty robots I've tested have smart navigation, but with 2 distinct algorithms, SLAM and VSLAM, except for one robot, which is the Roomba i3 Plus, that relies on gyroscopes and an optical sensor. While it moves in straight lines and supports recharge and resume, it doesn't have the SLAM algorithm, so it cannot save maps. Therefore, it doesn't have access to advanced features found in more expensive Roomba options like keep-out zones, zone cleaning, and selective room cleaning. SLAM robots rely primarily on a top-mounted laser sensor, or LiDAR, while SLAM uses a top-mounted camera. LiDAR robots offer better precision, especially with map creation, since a laser fires in a 360-degree pattern around the robot. Camera-based robots don't have as much precision since the camera sensor relies on light for distinguishing landmarks, and it relies on an optical floor tracking sensor underneath to map out your home like a GPS tracker. You can see the difference between a LiDAR and a camera-based robots with these screenshots. These prove that LiDAR draws maps more accurately versus a camera-based robot, and I'll discuss more about robot navigation in detail in a separate video, so stand by for that. One issue with LiDAR robots is the extra vertical space due to the LiDAR cover, which adds an extra 1/8 of an inch. This extra height plus how it operates hinders it from going under low clearance furniture below 3.9 inches. Camera-based robots don't have this protrusion and generally have a lower profile, with a few exceptions. Roomba products have an IR sensor up front that also protrude and add to the vertical footprint, but it can clear specific furniture if it approaches it at the correct angle. The Yeedi Vac Station has the lowest profile of all camera-based robots, while the Ecovacs N8 Pro and T8 AIVI have the lowest vertical footprint for LiDAR-based robots. Efficiency for these robots will vary. The Yeedi Vac Station is the most efficient, finishing the 2-pass run in this small room in around 13 minutes, followed by the Dreame Z10 Pro at around 16 minutes. The Roomba S9 Plus is the least efficient, completing the run at 32 minutes, but factoring in how much it vacuums per pass, it was the best, gobbling up nearly every crumb of dirt by the end of the first pass. Noise levels will also vary. Ecovacs is the least noisy option at 64.4 decibels, while the Dreame Z10 Pro and the Roomba S9 Plus are the loudest, tipping the sound meter scales at 75.5 and 74.1 decibels respectively. All options here have smartphone apps that unlock all the features. However, the best app in my opinion is the Roborock app, as it offers the most features and the most frequent updates. For instance, it has the option to do up to a 3-pass run, one more than the iRobot, Yeedi, Dreame, and the Ecovacs apps. Plus, it can save the most map levels outside iRobot with up to 4 levels. Only the Dreame and iRobot apps have the exploratory feature where the vacuum motor is shut off to prioritize map creation. However, Dreame's version is much faster since it takes advantage of LiDAR's 360-degree scanning ability, so it doesn't have to go to every nook and cranny to create the map. All LiDAR-based robots here have live maps, but nearly all camera-based robots don't, except for Yeedi. The Roomba S9 Plus is hands down the best cleaning robot vacuum out of the bunch, which isn't a surprise since it has the highest airflow. Combined with its best-in-class agitation from the counter-rotating extractors, it beats the competition by a wide margin. The wide extractors are also a significant reason why it picked up the highest percentages on hard floors and carpet. It's also the best at deep cleaning embedded sand at 93% thanks to the dirt detect sensor that does extra passes on dirtier areas. The S9 Plus is also the best at picking up hair, factoring in the averages on both 5 and 7-inch tests. The D-shape makes it the best and most efficient option for cleaning edges. If cleaning performance is your highest priority and you need to deep clean carpet, strongly consider the Roomba S9 Plus. But there's a price for the performance, and the biggest hurdle to most consumers is the high cost. Another issue with the Roomba S9 Plus is the short runtime, a max of around 75 minutes. At the highest setting, it goes down to a paltry 45 minutes, easily the shortest of all options on this list. Recharge and resume will mitigate the short range, but I wouldn't recommend it inside homes larger than 2,000 square feet. If the Roomba S9 Plus is too expensive, other options to consider are the Roborock S7, Roomba i6 Plus, and i3 Plus for cleaning performance. I'd lean towards the Roborock S7 for hard floors since it picks up nearly as well as the S9. Plus it has sonic mopping technology, making it the best hybrid option for vacuuming and mopping floors. It's the only alternative in this list with a vibrating mopping pad, providing extra agitation, reducing the time it takes to mop dried stains. The Roomba i3 Plus and i6 Plus are good, less expensive alternatives to the premium S9 Plus for cleaning carpet. Both utilize the same counter-rotating extractors, but only narrower. However, these robots only have a fraction of the S9's airflow, so it won't do as well on embedded dirt. The best value for money option here is the Yeedi Vac Station. It's the best option here, factoring in the price to performance ratio. This robot is among the best at picking up sand on hard floors, and the best non-Roomba on this list at deep cleaning carpet. Not surprising since Yeedi shares many of the same components as Ecovacs. Other value for money options include the Ecovacs N8 Pro Plus and the Shark IQ. The Shark IQ offers better cleaning performance and a faster map creation process than the earlier IQ release since it now has an optical sensor. Ecovacs has a better app with more features like invisible wall and saves up to 2 map levels, plus the extra mopping feature adds to its functionality. Lastly, if long-term ownership is a priority, consider the Roomba i3 Plus or i6 Plus, since both have the broadest range of aftermarket parts available and share many of the same components. Not only consumables like brushes or filters, but also harder to find parts like the side brush motor or brush roll assembly. Our robot's modular design makes it easy to disassemble and replace components, and their popularity ensures that third-party manufacturers are willing to produce and sell these components. Our robot also sells these components on their website. So the question is, which of these auto-empty robots is the best? I've laid out the features, test results, and eye test observations to help you decide. Choosing a robot vacuum will frankly depend on several factors. Foremost is how much you're willing to spend and the features you'll prioritize. My choice for the best auto-empty robot vacuum is a toss-up between the Roomba S9 Plus and Roborock S7. These two are the best performing options in this list if price isn't a strong consideration. The S9 Plus offers better cleaning performance, while the S7 has better versatility and app features. Otherwise, you'll have to opt for the less expensive options like the Yeedi Vac Station, Dreame Z10 Pro, Shark IQ, Roomba i3 Plus, or the Roomba i6 Plus. All of which are excellent alternatives, but with slightly inferior cleaning performance than the Roomba S9 and Roborock S7. Let me know what brand you'd choose in the comments section below. Consider giving this video a thumbs up if it's been helpful to you. Subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified for future comparisons like this. Links are in the description for more information. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.